Hi, this is an update on my orchids. These are some of the orchids that I bought on sale. I paid $1 for each one. And I'm gonna be honest, I lost a lot of them because they were not healthy when I bought them, but um, some of them are doing good now, or better than they were before. Let me show you this one. As you can see, it's growing on top of the old cane. It's a dendrobium called mandarin pink, and as you can see, it's growing there on top of the old cane, and it's actually growing a little baby on the bottom. I don't know if I can show you this. Anyway, I have this other one that is also, the original plant is actually dying or dead already, but on top of one of the old canes there's two growing, and both of them are growing little babies too. I'm not sure when I'm going to transplant them to their own little pot, because last time I did that the plant died. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I didn't use the right media, because the bark was too big for that plant. I don't know, but this one is one of the ones that I showed you in one of the other videos. As you can see, this is just an old cane that was like a leftover from another plant that I got rid of, and I just put it inside this container with sphagnum moss, and it was just on top of it, only on top of the moss that I kept moist. And I got this new dendrobium. It's growing there, it's doing good, and I can see the roots from if I look on the bottom under the container. But I think I'm gonna need to get it out of that container because it has no draining holes. So what I wanted to say is that you can have new plants from the old canes when it's from dendrobium plants. As you can see, let's see that little teeny tiny one, that's a new baby. On this one that is growing on top of this old cane, it's an old cane, and same with those other two. And what else? It's just growing season. It's not blooming, almost nothing. And this is one of my big white phalaenopsis. And as I said, the other ones are just growing. Sorry about the lighting. I haven't figured out how to get more light for my videos, and even I've been using two different cameras, and I thought my house had good light, but it seems like it's not enough. This is what is blooming right now. This is my Oncidium dancing ladies, and the real name is well, dancing ladies. It's called dancing ladies because of the shape of the flowers that look like ladies with big skirts or dresses. I really like this Oncidium because when I bought it, as I said in another video, it had no roots at all, and it took probably 6 months or so to grow new roots. I had it inside a plastic bag like I do with other plants, but this one was in its pot with the bark, and the difference is just it was just inside a plastic bag, and I had it there until I noticed that it was getting better because the pseudobulbs were wrinkled, and when I saw that the pseudobulbs were getting fat and shiny, then I knew that it was growing new roots. And it bloomed last year around this time, and was only one flower spike. This is one flower spike, but it has 3 branches. This one, and this other one. Very pretty, and love the color, yellow. I understand it's very common. It's a very common plant. It's very easy to grow, so if you like it, I would recommend you to get one of those. But mostly they all are doing good. I'm not having problems with the spider mites like I did before, but that's because every time I water, every week or every 10 days, I spray all my orchids with neem oil, and that's what's killing the spider mites. Here I have another Oncidium. I have no idea what kind of Oncidium this one is, but it's also about to bloom. It took years, probably 3 or 4, and it has this flower spike, 1, 2, and it has another one that is somewhere over here, but it's pointing down. I have no idea why it's doing that. And it has this other one, and well, I'm kind of excited to know what color the flower is going to be, and but I can tell that it's going to be really tiny flowers, because the flower buds are so small. It's probably like a 1/4 inch or smaller, I don't know. So I am not sure, but I think this is the time for some of the Oncidiums to bloom. Like I said, because of the dancing ladies, it's always blooming in September, at the end of August, beginning of September, and the flowers stay there, and they last probably around a month or maybe 2 months, but I'm not sure. I don't think that long, because they don't live as long as the Phalaenopsis flowers. Anyway, I'm gonna show you other plants that I have in other rooms. These are my other orchids, Phalaenopsis. These ones are miniature orchids, miniature Phalaenopsis, and they have no roots. In this bag I have 4 plants, but only 2 of them are growing new roots. As you can see, this is one of the new roots for this one, and one of these one is growing also a root, but the other 2 are not. So, but they are still there. They're getting kind of wrinkly, but I hope they get better. I have these other 3 ones, and they are doing good now. They didn't have roots. As you can see, they're showing 1 root there. Same with the other ones. New leaf, and obviously they're having new roots. Here, this one was going to bloom earlier in this year, and it started forming a flower spike. I don't know if you can see it there, but it stopped. I don't know why, or maybe I do, because it's when I started having the problem with the spider mites, so I had to spray them all. And I don't know if you can see the damage of the spider mites there. Well, I cannot point at it because I'm holding the pot in the camera, but it's right in the middle where all the leaves are forming. It gets kind of brownish and it turns black because of these bugs drain all the juices from the leaves, and I'm thinking that's why the flower spike didn't make it this year, and it was going to be the first year for the plant to bloom, so I don't know what color it's going to be. Well, I have another thing to show you on my other window, and it's white phalaenopsis that I thought it was going to bloom, but no. Instead, it's having a baby. See, and it's growing fast. It's growing really fast. But well, I'm gonna let it be and see how big it gets, and when it has its own roots, I'm gonna cut it off and plant it somewhere else. I'm just turning it around so it can get the light from outside. And like I said, mostly all my orchids are just growing right now, growing new leaves, and the only ones blooming, as you see, it's the Oncidiums. Well, this is not an orchid, but some people call it orchid, but it's what's the name? Let me take the tag, because I always forget what's the name. Schlumbergera. I don't know, it's funny, it's a funny name, Schlumbergera. And what I can tell you, this plant is original from Brazil. It's some people say that it's a cacti. It's part of the cacti family, but it's not. It lives just like the orchids. It lives on top of the trees, on the branches. It's not a parasite, just like the orchids. Not a parasite, and it blooms for Thanksgiving, I think, around Thanksgiving or Easter. Well, I'm not sure, but it's one of those plants. I'm sure a lot of you know what kind of plant this one is. And this one here, it's also a phalaenopsis that has no name. When I bought it, the guy in the store was we were talking about how they take care of the plants, and he said, take this one and give me $1. I said, no, I don't like it, because I mean, I don't know what color it's gonna be, and I already bought a lot of them. He said, oh, come on, $1. So okay, I bought it, and then when I came home, I wanted to see if it had roots or whatever, and I found that it had a few roots, and it was kind of okay. And then, but what I'm doing now is, if I get to buy one more, or I just check if they're doing good, but I keep them in the same media, in the moss. And then later I noticed that it was not doing good, and I took it out of the pot. It had no roots at all, no roots. But but I decided to keep it in the same moss, and I just used one of these things to wrap it around the this bamboo stake, and I call this plant Iffy because I didn't know if it was going to make it or not, and I was actually not paying attention to it. So, and I noticed just a couple days ago that it's growing roots, and the other ones that were doing better, some of them died. It was kind of funny, but well, it seems like Iffy it's fighting for its life. So Let's see what happened. And it's looking good now. Okay, well, I think this was a really long video, and like I said, I have not much to show you, just a few things, and I hope you like it, and well, thanks for watching.